Jaya Gaunitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Prabhupada. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Radha Madhav Ju ki jai. Jai Om Vishnu Paramahansa Parivrajaka Acharya Ashtottara Shri Sriman. His Divine Grace Abhay Sharan Arvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON Pratishta Acharya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Ananta Kota Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem Si Gaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Garadha Shiva Shri Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shyamakund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki jai. Shri Mayapur Dham ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Garadha Shiva Shri Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shyamakund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Navadip Shri Mayapur Dham ki jai. Gangamai ki jai. Jamunamai ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Tulasi Maharani ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Jai Nitai Go Premanandi Hari. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glory to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Nitai Go Premanandi. Om Agyantimirandasya Jananjanan Shalakayo Takshurun Militan Jina Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Garadha Shiva Shri Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Ram Hare Hare. So we are reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 10, Chapter 6, the killing of the demon Putana. Text 35 and 36. Kim Punaha Shradhaya Bhaktya Krishnaya Paramatmane Yachan Priyatmamam Kim Nu Raktash Tan Mataro Jataha Kim Puna Shradaya Bhaktya Krishnaya Paramatmane Yacham Priyatmanam Kim Nu Raktastan Mataro Jata Kim Puna Shradhaya Bhaktya Krishnaya Paramatmane Yachan Priyatmanam Kim Nu Raktastan Mataro Jata Kim Puna Shradhaya Bhaktya Krishnaya Paramatmane Yachan Priyatmanam Kim Nu Raktastan Mataro Jata. Kim punna shradaya bhaktya Krishnaya paramatmane Yacham priyatmanam kimnu Rakta sanmataro jata Kim punna shradaya bhaktya Rakta sanmataro yata Krishnaya paramatmane Yachan priyataram kimnu Rakta sanmataro yata Kim puna shadaya bhakta Krishnaya paramatmane Yacham priyatmanam kimnu Rakta sanmataro yata Mataji's Bhakti Krishnaya paramatmane Yacham priyatmanam kimnu Rakta sanmataro jata Kim puna padaya bhaktya Kim, what to speak of? Punaha, again, Shraddha, with faith, Bhaktya, by devotion, Krishnaya, unto Lord Krishna, Paramatmane, who is the Supreme Person, Yachan, offering, Priyatamam, the dearmost, Kim, something, Nu, indeed, Rakta, those who have an affinity, Tat Matara, Krishna's affectionate mothers, offering the beloved child their breasts, Jata, exactly like. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Welcome the eclipse. I need light. Pardon? Yeah. What? Translation. What? You. Hare Krishna. Translation. Putana was always hankering for the blood of human children, and with that desire she came to kill Krishna. But because she offered her breast to the Lord, Huh? Because she offered her breast to the Lord, she attained the greatest achievement. What then is to be said of those who had a natural devotion and affection for Krishna as mothers, and who offered him their breast to suck, or offered something very dear, as a mother offers something to a child? What is it? Oh, thank you. How can I speak this? Purport. Putana had no affection for Krishna. Rather, she was envious and wanted to kill him. Nonetheless, because with or without knowledge she offered her breast, she attained the highest achievement in life. But the offering of devotees attracted to Krishna in parental love are always sincere. A mother likes to offer something to her child with affection and love. There is no question of envy. So here we can make a comparative study. If Putana could attain such an exalted position in the spiritual sky by neglectfully, enviously making an offering to Krishna, then what is to be said of Mother Jasoda and the other gopis who served Krishna with... So here talking of Vatsala Rasa, parental relationship. Strong. Yeah, so this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's recommended the affection for the gopis, either in maternal affection or conjugal affection, is the highest perfection of life. So it is the highest perfection, but you don't hear of this much in different scriptures. This type of relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, usually everything is done in great awe and reverence. The worship is performed, and just like in most religions of the world and scriptures of the world, they're treating God as the Father, the Almighty Father, and we are the sons or the children or the servants. So that Vatsala Rasa is there, but it's perverted. The father-son-father relationship is there, but it's a perverted or in the beginning stages of Vatsala Rasa, but we see in the more manifested stage of Vatsala Rasa, then the God becomes the child and the devotee becomes the parent or guardian. And they're ordering Krishna. Nanda Baba says, "Krishna, bring my shoes." And he's only this big and he's struggling to pick it up. Then he puts on his head and he comes. So nobody can do that to God. Nobody can put the shoes on God's head. But here, so Srimad Bhagavatam is the only scripture in the world practically that gives this understanding that you can become the son of God, the father of God. Instead of the son of God, you become the father of God. Just like the Mayavadis, they want to become one with God. So Prabhupada says, why one with God? Why not become greater than God? They want to become equal with God. Why become equal? Because you can become greater. Become the father of God, and you can order God around. So a very exalted position, this Vatsala Ras. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has praised it, and of course the Gopis Ras. In the history of self-realization, there has never been, how does Prabhupada phrase it in the Krishna book? There has never been and never will be a process of self-realization as great as that which was adopted by the gopis of Vrindavan. They just surrendered everything to Krishna. They had nothing for themselves. Everything was for Krishna, 24 hours a day. So Mahaprabhu was praising this. There never will, ever will be a more greater process of self-realization than that which was adopted by the gopis. I asked someone, what does it mean? What was their service that they adopted? And he said, they just, whatever they did for Krishna, that was it. Whatever you do for Krishna. Whatever you're not doing, you're thinking, seeing Krishna, you're doing for Krishna. Yeah, this is the astonishing state of Vatsalaras. So, Shakiras, Vatsalaras, and Madhurya-ras, these are very much praised because these are coming onto the platform of more spontaneous service, spontaneous love, or love equal. Krishna's friends, they have an equal relationship with him, so they can play with him. So these three rasas are that you don't get anywhere else. You get these in Bhagavatam. Just like like motherly love, and what did we say? Well, yeah, when Uddhava, Krishna sent Uddhava to Vrindavan to study the gopis and the residents in Braja, the intense love that they have for him. Krishna wanted to give Uddhava some more advancement, so he sent him to Vrindavan. You go there and you associate with the Brajavasis, you'll begin to understand what pure love is. So Uddhava went to Vrindavan and he met with the inhabitants of Vrindavan, but everyone was, because Krishna had left at that time. He wasn't. He was in Mathura, and so anyway, he sent Uddhava a message delivered to the gopis and the Brajavasis. So he was meeting when Uddhava arrived, it was early evening, and all the cows were jumping and the bells were ringing. They had bells on their necks and things like that. And evening, and the cows had just come home, and it was milking time, and there was rattling of buckets, and all the houses were decorated for worship of the sun god and traditional. Anyway, it was very, very festive moods. So this was just to show Uddhava what it was like when Krishna was there, but Krishna wasn't actually there. So for some time, when Uddhava arrived, he saw, this is Braja, and the grand atmosphere of the cow herds and their relationship with Krishna. But then that scene was covered by Yogamaya, and then he saw the present day status of Vrindavan. Everyone was just devastated. Krishna wasn't there, so nothing was happening. The cows, they weren't jumping, they weren't giving milk. The calves didn't bother to take milk anyway. Nothing was happening. So the Uddhava was astonished to see. And he spoke with Mother Jasoda, Nanda Maharaj. And Uddhava was trying to console him a little bit, that you're so lucky, you got the Supreme Personality of Godhead as your son, so you shouldn't be lamenting, you should be so happy. And Nanda Baba says that you're just a child, Uddhava. What do you know about Krishna? You're an infant. Right? If a thunderstorm is coming, he comes running in my bedroom and he jumps under the covers with me. You don't put enough sugar in the sweet, he starts crying and complaining. How you can say he's how can you say this about him? So Krishna was describing to Uddhava how to get there, the way to get there, what to expect. And he said, you'll see Mother Jasoda, she's just sitting there. She's looking up that road where Akrura, he took Krishna and Balaram. She was just sitting there looking, staring at the road, waiting for Krishna to come back. And Krishna said, you'll see their states of emotion. How Jasoda Devi is. She's just simply sighing, taking long breaths, and just saying, Ha Krishna, Ha Krishna, Ha Krishna. It says she's taking long breaths in, because every time she breathed out, she says the name of Krishna. And it was just so painful for her. So therefore she was taking long breaths to relieve the pain. So this is the state of existence, the emotional state of existence that the parents had, and all the other parents had. How great this relationship with Krishna is, and this is what Krishna wants. He wants us to establish our relationship with him, especially these Shakyaras, Dasaras, and Vatsalaras, which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to. He'd come to taste, but also he came to give. But his main motivation was a selfish motivation. He wanted to taste. Krishna wanted to taste the emotions of his devotees. So therefore he assumed the complexion and mood of Srimati Radharani, so as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so he could taste. So his first business is selfish. It's a selfish desire he had. He's coming to taste, and then the second desire is he's giving. He's the Yuga avatar, so he's coming to give the Yuga Dharma. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So this is secondary. First was selfish, and secondary was okay, and now he's come to give also. So he's come to give pure bhakti. And he's come, if you cannot take it, he's offering free, and Nityananda over there, yeah, take. Just chant, dance, ecstasy. If you can take it, so many people took it, many people couldn't take it. So if you cannot take it, then try the secondary process. That is your Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, Panchachaki rules. So Mahaprabhu, he came to taste, and also he came to give. If you, but Bhakti, you cannot teach, right? Bhakti is something spontaneous. You cannot teach love. So he came to give it freely because you cannot teach it. But if you cannot take it, then take the second best. That you can teach. Vedi sadhana bhakti, that is teach. That's why in all of Prabhupada's books, although we know bhakti is the ultimate goal of understanding Srimad Bhagavatam, that Krishna is that ultimate goal. But most of this is all knowledge. Prabhupada's purport is all knowledge, which is gyan. But it's needed. Knowledge is a tool for destroying ignorance. So this is what all of Prabhupada's purports are. They're tools, destroying the ignorance, so you can realize or accept what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was giving in this spontaneous mood. So this is what Krishna likes best. Krishna loves love the best. That is why he's so attached to Srimati Radharani. She, Haladini potency is that loving ecstasy. So that is Krishna's greatest happiness. So this is the devotee's greatest happiness is uniting Radha and Krishna. This is Krishna's happiness, Krishna and Haladini Radha. So that the other devotees, they want Krishna's love, not for themselves, but they want to assist Krishna in his loving exchange. And by doing that, they get much more even than Krishna actually. The further removed you are as a das, Prabhupada, the more ecstasy you get. Lalita Vishakara, they're all there, right with Krishna. As you get further away, Rupa Manjari, and the more removed you get, the more ecstasy you get actually. So these kinds of relationships Krishna wants. Nothing else really. He doesn't need anything. He doesn't need any opulence. He doesn't need any friends. He's the universe is this. He has an unlimited supply of servants. But he does like this spontaneous love of his friends, of his mother, of his girlfriends. And of all of those, there's a method that was adopted by the gopis. He just surrendered everything to Krishna. So this is the original feature of Godhead. Krishna in his Kishore age with Radha. And all the other manifestations of God are expanding from this. This Madhurya Rasa. This is the original feature of Godhead. It's Krishna performing his Parakya Rasa. Unwedded, seemingly lawful, can you say a word? What do you say? Dancing with other men's wives, out of wedlock. This feature is the original feature of Godhead. And then from that the Vatsala Ras expands. Then from Vatsala is Shakya Ras, then Dasya Ras, then Shanta Ras. So these relationships are there, but Krishna's not much interested in Shanta Ras or Das. Das is in the servants. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Dasaras. That is the way we worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In Dasaras. He is Radha Krishna. So he's allowing us to approach him in Dasaras. And and when that das means servitude, so service, when that service attitude becomes mature in Dasras, Mahaprabhu has come to give his seva. So when we serve him, when the service attitude becomes pure, then Mahaprabhu reveals the other rasas, specifically the Madhurya rasa. So, but all rases are very nice, Krishna likes. Arjuna has a relationship of friendship. But how deep does that friendship go? Krishna says, Suridam sarvabhutanam bhoktaram jagatapasham sarvalokamaheshwarayam suridam sarva. I am the Lord of all the planets, the enjoyer of everything. I am the friend of everyone because I am the great God. But the friendship that Krishna has with his friends in Vrindavan and Mathura is much greater than that friendship. Arjuna was Krishna. He was going out at night in Dwarka. Sometimes you go out at night. So Rukmini, she noticed sometimes, so she was curious. So she followed him one night. And Krishna said, "Who is that following me?" She said, "Oh, it's your first wife." I said, "What do you want?" I said, "I'm not spying on you or anything, but I'm just curious to know where you're going at night. You got 16,000 queens, palaces, you got all the riches, you got armies, you got... I don't know what it is you want. You don't want anything, you got everything. So what is the purpose of your going out at night?" So then Krishna said, "Okay, come with me." So then he took her into the garden house. And they went inside there, and it was had couches and bedsteads. And and Arjuna was there. He's waiting for Krishna, but he was sleeping while he was waiting for Krishna. So he was laying on the bed. His long hair was spread all over the pillow, asleep. Then Krishna said, "Come here, Rukmini." So Rukmini came, and Krishna picked up Arjuna's hair and he put it on Rukmini's ear. And Rukmini was hearing, "Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram." And he said, "This is why I am coming, Rukmini. This is the extent of the love of my devotees. The hairs on their body are chanting my name." So that's how deep these relationships. And this is what Krishna wants. There's just yesterday was the appearance day of Jesus, and I was looking at the 7th Goswami book of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and he was talking about he says that it was Jesus Christ who first said, "Love God with all thy heart, with all thy mind, with all thy soul, with all thy strength, and love man as thy brother." Called the Lord's Prayer for the Christians. And the pious, good Christians, they're cultivating love for God, which is the higher principle. Why the Kali worshippers are considered to be higher? And Prabhupada said, because they're attached and following the injunctions of the Vedas. So therefore it's just a matter of time. By performing the Vedic injunctions, you become purified. You slowly become purified. This is the purpose of the Vedic injunctions. You slowly become purified over many, many births. He said, but in the Christianity, there's no parampara. Parampara is lost. So the sentiment is good, okay, to love God. We understand that's the highest principle. But there's no parampara, Prabhupada said. So therefore the Kali, at least they're situated, the Kali worship, they're situated perfectly on, they're making progression according to, by following the Vedic principles. So, so he says now, first he said Jesus tells us how to love God with all of your heart. And how now our heart, it runs to so many things. Sense gratification, we have love, we have feeling for sense gratification. That's why we're going, the heart is always going to these different places of sense gratification. He said, but now your heart is running after other things other than God, but you must train your heart as you train a bad horse to make your feelings running towards loving God. This is, we should be seeing Krishna in everything, and our heart should be running to Him rather than running to sense gratification. So he said this is called, in Vaishnava literature, this is called Shantaras. Shantaras, you're practicing devotional service, you want to develop love, so you're going towards. So that's just Shantaras. And then he says, you love God with all of your mind. He said, don't allow yourself just to be a dry thinker. We can get so much knowledge about Krishna, and we need more than that, just dry knowledge. And because it is the love alone that softens the dryness of our intellect. So we have to learn to love. This is called Dasyaras. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is giving a comparison here of the Vedic, from Shanta to Dasa to then you must love God with all of your soul. And he said in your you must perceive yourself in spiritual communion with God. That is called Shakyaras, where that God-fearing aspect is going, and you feel love for Krishna. You don't have that God-fearing. In the beginning we are God-fearing, but you lose that Shakyaras, you will lose that fearing. Just like Krishna's friend, they don't have fear when they play with him. So loving with that coming from loving with all the soul. And love God with all thy strength, or will. Because will alone is the strength of man. If you want to do something, it's not going to happen until you will it. You have an idea to do something, you have to will it, and then it will happen. So will is that is the strength of man. By your will you can become a devotee. By your will you can go to sense gratification. But you make the decision, it's your will that does it. So this is the strength of man. One should love God with all thy strength. And so that's bhakti in general. And the fourth stage of love is the feeling that all men are brothers and God is the common father. Again, this is Vatsala Ras, but perverted. Here everyone is thinking God is the father and we are the son. So Vaishnava literatures, they reverse that. We become the father and God becomes the child. So the parental relationship with Krishna has like a son. So that's Vatsala in the beginning stages. So this is a development that Bhaktivinoda Thakur has analyzed from the Christian prayer. That first, the bhakti is developed in the shape of the heart, then is developed in the shape of the mind, then developed in the shape of the soul, and lastly, it's shaped in the will of Madhurya. He said, but this he said, but there is another sublime truth behind the fact which is revealed to a few who are prepared for it. We mean the spiritual conversion of the soul into a woman. Well, we're aspiring as followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's a spiritual conversion of the soul into a woman. It is that sublime and lofty state in which the soul can taste sweets of an indissoluble marriage in love of Godhead. This fifth and highest stage of Vaishnava development is called Madhurya Rasa. And this is what Srimad Bhagavatam is bringing out. You can love God as a lover, or you can become married to God, you can become the wife of God. So this is only found in the Vaishnava literatures and Srimad Bhagavatam. So people talk of love of Godhead, or love of God, or fellowship of man, love of mankind. But actually, that's not possible to love everyone, to love mankind. How many people can you know? Just in, well, we got a few thousand people here. We've seen them. We know a little bit, but we don't know many of them, and many we don't have a really relationship. What to speak of the rest of Bengal, the west of India, the rest of the world. So this love of mankind, fellowship of mankind, brotherhood, universal brotherhood, it doesn't work materially. But when we put Krishna in there, then we can actually understand what is real brotherhood of man. When we understand Krishna, he is the common father and we are all his children, then it can be had because Krishna is there and we can relate to Krishna. The feeling is, those who are awakened spiritually, the feeling is, I can feel the Lord in my heart, I can feel him in your heart. Krishna says he's sitting in the heart, so that stage of realization when you can actually feel the Lord in your heart, which is a natural state, should be a natural state. Now we're in an unnatural state. We're not feeling for Krishna, we're feeling for many other things, but not for Krishna. But when we feel that Krishna is there, when you're feeling his presence, Sridham Sarvabhuta, I am his friend, I'm your best friend. It's a realization you can feel. God is the friend. Love of God, God is love. You can actually perceive, not just speaking. That's God's qualities. He is the greatest friend of everyone. God is love. So you're in contact with his loving friendship. And so when I meet someone, I can feel the Lord's presence in his heart. And he is your best friend. And he is also my best friend. He is my best friend, and I can feel that God is in your heart. So you're his best friend also. He's sitting with him. So we both are the same best friend, Krishna. I'm feeling the Krishna in my heart, Krishna in his heart, and he's a friend of everyone. So automatically you'll feel friendship and love for everyone. That is universal brotherhood. Just try to you want to love someone, you've got to get to know them. Takes a long time. There's one or two people, so how you can love everyone? But when you love Krishna, and you can feel the presence of Krishna and the presence of the living entity, then we can understand he's the best friend of Krishna. So automatically, I will develop love for you, because you have the best friend of he's the best friend of my best friend. Automatically, we become friends. I don't know you, I just met you, but because Krishna is sitting there in your heart, and you're there, and I'm feeling that you're great friends, so you must be my best friend, or must be my friend, because. So then, then it works. Brotherhood of man, love of mankind, it can work. But materially, just try to love everybody individually. You don't have time. So that's the realization. This is the commentary of the 10th canto of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So it's the same verses we are speaking on. Okay. Putana was always hankering for the blood of human children. And with that desire she came to kill Krishna. But because she offered her breasts for the Lord, she attained the greatest achievement. What then is to be said of those who have natural devotion and affection for Krishna as mothers, and who offered their breasts to suck, or offered something very dear, as a mother offers something to a child? Commentary. If a person offers service with an attempt to kill the Lord and attains the goal of life, how much more will a person attain who offers with a neutral attitude? And how much more will a person attain if he offers it with faith? And how much more will a person attain who offers it with pure bhakti? If a person worships an avatar of the Lord, he will attain the supreme destination. How much more will a person attain who worships Sri Krishna, the source of all avatars? If one offers a poisoned breast to Krishna and attains the supreme destination, how much more one will attain by offering a more poisonous object? If one offers a dear object, certainly one will attain a higher destination. But if one offers a dearer object, then how much more he will attain? And if one offers the dearmost object, he will certainly attain the highest destination. If Putana, a demoniac Rakshashi, could attain the highest destination, then what can be attained by a faithful human being? If one is a devotee, how much more he will attain? And will not a pure devotee of the Lord attain the highest award? Then what to speak of the elderly gopis who had extreme affection for the Lord during the stealing of the calves by Lord Brahma? Paying respects to Mother Jasoda from a distance, I have developed her in a high position. I have placed her in a high position. I will write no more, because her love for Krishna is beyond words. Jai. Yeah, so it's a very famous verse. If Krishna, that's often quoted or spoken, that if Krishna will give his blessings and perfection to a witch, then what can we expect from Krishna? Those who approach him with love and devotion. If the witch gets liberation, becomes a mother, one of the mothers of parental relationship in the spiritual world, she came to kill Krishna. This is her result. So what to speak of those who will approach with devotion? What is their destination? So, yeah, Putana was a witch. You know, in the Prabhupada said they're called Kechari. Kechari. He said people in North India, remote places, they still practice witchcraft. And he said that they know the art. They can get a certain tree or root of a tree, I think with the root of the tree, and they can sit on it, and they have the art, and they can fly in different places. I don't know if you ever seen or you remember when you were, I don't know, you read Hansel and Gretel and fairy tales, and witches always come up in fairy tales. It was very common in England that the witches were always depicted like that. Generally they would have a black cloth on over their heads, so it's like a sari. Yeah. And they would sit on that the stick with the roots, and they would say, then they can go and fly. And sometimes you would have put a black cat as well, sitting on there as well. But this is the description of the Kecharis in the Western mythology or folklore. It's a broomstick. You know, in the broomstick we have a long handle, and then we have all the soft. So it's like that. It's a tree. It's an uprooted tree with the roots. But the witches are always depicted like that in folklore. What do we call it? Folklore? Fairy tales. But it's coming from, you can see how Europeans have taken that idea from the Kechari. They have an uprooted tree. They sit on the, witches in Europe, they sit on the broomstick. Anyway, she was a witch. He said, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita tells of a Pundarik Vidyanidhi. Pundarik Vidyanidhi, who had a parental relationship with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu used to call him Father. Father, Father, Pundarik, Father. And everyone was saying, who is this Pundarik, Father? Must mean Pundarik Aksham, Krishna who has lotus-like eyes. Nobody knew Pundarik. Mahaprabhu said, he's coming soon. You will see him with the great Vaishnava. It's my father. So Pundarik Vidyanidhi in Krishna Lila is Vrishabhanu, the father of Radharani. So parental love was there. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also half Radharani, half Krishna. So he would call Father, 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 Pundarik, you're my father. He's mostly in the mood of Radharani, so he can call her Father. But when he came, Mukunda, he took Gadadhar Pandit. He said, there's a great Vaishnava in town. I want you to meet him. All I ask in return is that you always consider me your servant. Come, I will show you this great Vaishnava. So they went to Pundarik Vijayanidhi's place, and Gaudata Pandit saw him. He looked like a big enjoyer. He was relaxing on couches, and then he had servants fanning him, and he had all kinds of pots and betel nut. He was chewing, his lips were all red from chewing pan and betel nuts. He had very long, glossy hair. You could smell the amalaki emanating from him. He had different perfumes also. And he had all kinds of... He had looking in the mirror, he's admiring his pink cheeks due to eating pan. And Gaudata Pandit was thinking, he looks like a big Vishayi, he looks like a big enjoyer. And so Mukunda, he understood Gaudata Pandit's feelings, that he's making a mistake. He looks like a big materialist. So then to show Gaudata Pandit Mukunda, who had a very sweet voice, famous for his sweet voice, he sung this song. He's Brinda Devi in Krishna Lila. He sung this song that anyway, the translation is that it's like this translation, that Krishna, the song Mukunda was singing, Krishna, he came and he killed Putana and gave her mercy. He killed her, and when he went back, she went back to Godhead. This is my mercy. But why Krishna, he doesn't give me? He's giving mercy to a witch, but he's not giving anything to me. And he went into an ecstasy. Started kicking his legs everywhere. All the beautiful white sheets he had on his bed got ripped and everything by his kicking. All the pots went flying here and there. All the floor was muddy from his tears. And his associates tried to hold him down. 10 men, they couldn't hold him down. And he just went into this extreme ecstasy, because this is Vatsala Rasa. It awakened his Vatsala Rasa. Putana came to kill Krishna, but she came as his mother. So just by hearing this verse, then Gaudata went into this ecstasy he was in, because he is Vatsala Rasa, his relationship with as Radharani, his father. And Krishna is his village. Their brothers and sisters were called according to village location. So he's showing the extent of the love and devotion they have, how deep it is. We can also Mahaprabhu would observe the festival of Sri Radhastami at Pundarik Vijayanidhi's house. I don't know exactly where his house is. It may be just behind the Sri Bashangam. There was a Gaudata Advaita Bhavan and Gaudata Angam. They made a place of Gaudata there. Anyway, it's in the area somewhere his house was. Mahaprabhu went to observe the festival of Radhastami there, because he's the father of Radharani. So Mahaprabhu, he's half Radha, so he used to go to his Radharani's father's house, Pundarik. Okay, it's gone 1 o'clock. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Putana Bhakti Godhead ki jai. Nitai Go Premanandi. Hare. Thank you. Hare Krishna.